Hi, 8th graders. I wanted to touch base today for your lesson. I have a couple of things for your video for today. One is that I will go over 5 of the vocabulary words, and then I'll do the other 5 later this week. I also wanted to talk about your book club entry for today and kind of what I'm expecting with that to help explain that question. All right, so first of all, we'll work on vocabulary. So the 5 words that we'll go over, accommodates is your first word. So accommodates is a verb. I did add in what kind of word these are, so that might help you when you write your sentences to know what the way that you should use them in a sentence. So accommodates is a verb. It's talking about physical space, especially in a building, to provide lodging or sufficient space to fit within the wishes or needs of. Okay, so if you accommodate for someone, you fit their needs or their wishes. If you accommodate a space, you make room for something. So hopefully that helps you with that sentence. Slender is the next word, and that's used as an adjective. The word that was in the book was slenderest, which means most slender. But slender means it's specifically of a person's body, gracefully thin, or of a rod or stem, a small girth or breadth, or of something abstract, barely sufficient in the amount or basis. So slender. So that should help you use that in a sentence. Splutter is the next word, and it can be either a verb or a noun. So when you write your sentence, you can think about it as a verb. And if you use it as a verb, you're talking about a series of short, explosive spitting or choking sounds. If you talk about it as a noun, it's a short, explosive spitting or choking noise. So just think about those two when you use that in your sentence. Disorient is a verb, and that is to make someone lose their sense of direction or to make someone feel confused. So the word in the book was disoriented, and so that's a past tense verb. So if you wanted to use it in the present tense or the past tense, the word disoriented is to feel confused. So if someone doesn't know where they are, maybe they hit their head and they don't know where they are, they're disoriented. So that can be help for you with a sentence. The last word is understatement, and this is a noun. The presentation of something as being smaller, worse, or less important than it actually is. So that is what an understatement is. So if you do something and it's considered an understatement, it wasn't done as it was expected to be done. So that would be an understatement. So those are 5 of your vocabulary words out of the 10. You will look these over for the next 2 weeks, and then on May 1st, you need to submit them in sentences. I'm really looking for you to make sure I know you understand the meaning of the word in the sentence you use. A great way to do this would be using the word because in the sentence to kind of explain whatever they're doing to show me that you know the meaning of the word. Second, I want to talk about book club. So what we're moving into now with our book club is focusing on comparing our book to challenges, difficulties, problems in our world today. So the question today was a prompt to help you finish. So I wanted you to do something about this reminds me of, or this makes me think. And I want you to be comparing your book club book to our society today. Now, I know we talked about our pandemic that we're going through and how our books relate or don't relate to that. I also want you to think about world challenges. And I know that that was your question for number 1. I want you to expand that for your question in number 2. So some of the potential challenges that people may be dealing with are racism, maybe bullying, maybe something like a division between groups. So those are some options for things that you could talk about that happen in our world, and how does it compare to your book. So I want you to be creative. I want you to dig deep and think deep about this and try and come up with some ideas of comparisons from your book to our world. You can use things that are happening in our current world with the pandemic, but I want you to challenge yourself and think about other things that are happening in our world as well, and how do these books compare. Most dystopian books, the author's goal is to teach us about the world we live in and try and help us see maybe potential problems that could be happening or could in the future happen, and maybe help us realize those things to improve our world so that we don't get to that point. A lot of times that's what those books are about. So I want you to dig deep and think about that. If you have any questions about anything, please send me an email or a message on your Google Classroom assignment. The other thing is that I want you guys to submit assignments. I know I do your daily lesson with your to-do list, but I want you to go back to the actual assignment to complete those things. So your reflective journal entries, you should have 3 reflective journal entries on one Google document submitted on Wednesday on the Google Classroom assignment for reflective journal entries. Same with book club. Go to the book club assignment and submit your Google document on the book club assignment. I have week 5 for this week for us, book 2. So week number 5, book 2. So that's where you should submit those assignments. If you have questions, I have been messaging people from the assignment to try and help them find it. So let me know and I can help you with that. If you have any other questions, just send me an email. I hope you guys are doing well. Send in your prayers, thinking about you guys. And I'll see you on Google Hangout tomorrow. Take care. Bye.